All right, everyone, here we go. I just realized when I sat down, I don't even know why I'm here. I don't know what this reading is going to be about. I love that. I mean, I never do, really. But usually by the time I hit record, I've shuffled for a pre-shuffle. This is a really off-the-cuff reading. It really is. All right, let's see where we go. I don't know. Universe has been chatty lately. I just cut the deck. All right, we'll see what the theme energy is. Universe wants to talk about an emperor. Right there. That's why we're here. That's why I'm here. Okay. What's underneath that? And the moon. Hidden. You got an energy that's hidden around you. In the shadows. Right? I talk about this card sometimes. It's always because of the pine trees. You know. When we lived for a little while up in New England, we used to go camping. My dad and I up in Vermont. They got a lot of these trees that look like this up there. I mean, they got a lot of those maples and stuff, but they got the pine forests too. You never know. It's creepy at night. All kinds of weird sounds and stuff. This is a creepy energy a little bit. This is where you start imagining. It's a porcupine roaming around, but for you, it's a fucking Sasquatch rustling in the bushes. I don't know. But this is why we're here. This is cool. I like this because I didn't know. It's hidden. It's about to reveal itself, I imagine. I don't know. Let's see. Let's pull a reading. Let's go. See what that. Why does the universe want to talk about that emperor? I don't know. And why am I getting images of camping with my dad, which is always scary. He went in the middle of nowhere, like I said before. Crazy. Can never just go to a regular campground like most people. We had to be out in the middle of fucking nowhere. Strange experiences. Anyway, face to face with a lot of weird animals. I'll tell you that. All right, here we go. It's like hanging out with Grizzly Adams. All right, it's a general reading and may or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in, here you found Steve's Left Terry here for a reason. All right, I'm here for a reason. I guess we got an emperor hiding in the shadows. What I'm kind of driving at is a lot of times at night in the woods like that, you can make a boogeyman out of nothing, right? Like it's not really anything there. I don't know if you're making a mountain out of a molehill here with this person, if you're worried about this person, if I don't know. I don't know specifically what this emperor is. It doesn't feel like, I mean, it could just be for some of you somebody's spying and you don't know about it. Somebody's watching you and you don't know about it. I mean, I don't know. Check your windows, right? Look outside. Is there a weird car parked out there? Is there a Trans Am with that tacky Burt Reynolds Trans Am with the Phoenix painted on the hood from the late 70s? I don't know. All right, let's see where we go here. Come on now. Look at that. Look at that. Look, do you see what I'm saying? That's the over. I'm not doing a card before the cut. We're pulling a pyramid. So that's the card. It would be the card before the cut. Why the fuck are we here? But it's the overall energy of this reading. It's the Empress. I cut the card. I mean, this is all happening right in front of you. It's just fucking mind-blowing. All right, there's something going on here. This is you. That was them. And they're hidden. We're here because you have a hidden emperor. All right? It could be somebody, I don't know. It could be somebody you don't know yet that you've got a powerful soul connection with and it's about to be activated. It might be. It could be. Or it could be something you're thinking that somebody's out to get you, but they're not. I feel like it's a boogeyman type energy here, you know. Sort of the rhythm is going to get you tonight, that kind of a thing. I don't know. What's fueling this? Oh my God, Jesus. You got to be fucking kidding me. Holy shit. You know, I was compelled to do this reading. I wasn't going to do one today. I swear to you, I wasn't. I'm not even wearing my regular outfit. I got my gray sweatshirt on. I don't usually do readings in the gray sweatshirt. This is my playing guitar sweatshirt. Nine of Cups. Fueling this, somebody, you feel this energy is about to approach. Whatever it is, that emperor is about to come out of the shadows. And something about it, I'm going to say maybe freaks you out. I don't know. I don't know why. That moon card bothers me on some level. When I'm drawn to the moon card, camping in Vermont with my dad. Okay, those creepy nights. They got a lot of screech owls up there. They make some scary noises. Barn owls are scary fucking noises too, you know. Go ahead and go on YouTube and Google the sound of each of those owls. You know, imagine that at night while you're sitting there in the dark woods, because it's dark where he goes. I'm trying to give you the vibe of the energy here. I don't. For some reason, you got this energy coming towards you, and underneath that is 2 cups. I mean, I don't even know what to do here. Oh, fucking hell. 2 soulmates about to come face to face. This could be somebody from the past. It could be somebody new, but that's why we're here. Have I said it's a general reading? It may or may not resonate with you. I said, who cares? All right, let's clarify with the witches. All right, I don't even know anymore. I don't even know. Let's just do it. I got my guitar sweatshirt on, and I'm not playing. I don't know. I feel like I should do this whole reading with a guitar on my lap. All right, here we go. Top row is how this energy feels about you. Middle, 3D energies. I don't know. And the bottom of the pyramid's potential final outcome. I'll pull as many cards here as I need to. I'll clarify whatever needs clarifying. I'll throw some universe cards at the end, and we'll extend it if we need to dig deeper into that moon. I got the Emperor and the Empress. I may even pull a side read on that, specifically on that moon energy. How do they feel about you? How's this income? Tell me about this hidden in the moon energy. 7 of Cups. Somebody confused. It's confused. That's what I get. Look, it got a moon on it right there. Somebody confused. That person in the moonlight doesn't know what to make of you. Are you single? Do you like me? Do they not like me? I don't know. Are you single? They don't know. They don't know. Okay. Maybe I'm getting a boogeyman energy, but maybe they're the man doing it. Or the person doing it. Could be a female. Maybe they're the one doing it. I don't know. It could be coming from that side. It's hard to tell. It keeps fluctuating. Okay. Center card. 7 of Pentacles. Pair of 7s. Ooh, if we get 3 7s, I win. I don't know what, but I win something. I don't know yet. I mean, I get it, but let's pull the 3rd card. It's red with the 7 of Cups. 2 of Swords, yes. See, they don't know what to make of you. Somebody's here. Somebody's making a decision. They feel like it's decision. How do they feel? They feel like it's decision time. I mean, I get it. They're coming out of the woodwork. I got 2 soulmates coming together. I got a Knight of Cups approaching the Empress. We started with the Emperor after the cut, but the Emperor's hidden. He's been hidden. He or she been hidden in the moon energy. Sometimes, if we're nervous about something, right, and you think about it too much, stories start happening. All kinds of horrifying things happen. That's why if you're nervous about something, it's best to distract yourself. There's some nervousness here. I don't know if it's on your side, their side, or both. I'm just being honest. I don't want to make shit up. Okay? I don't do that. It's either the real deal or I get an erroneous reading, I shut it down, and I don't do it. But somebody here has made mountains out of molehills. Somebody here has created a boogeyman where there isn't one. And I've got an energy that's hidden in the shadows, an Emperor, that I'm definitely pulling on the incoming energy here. It feels like it's time to make a move, but they don't know which way to go. They don't know left, right, they're not sure. So they're probably going to do some spying. There's probably a big spying energy in that moon. They're probably going to hide in the shadows. But I feel like that has a negative effect. Either you pick up on the energy and it starts to make you a little nervous or creep you out a little bit for whatever reason, or they start thinking about something that they're nervous about too much and creating all kinds of stories. Oh my God, I'm going to go in and talk to Steve's viewer and they're going to kick me in the nuts. I know they are. I know I'm going to get kicked in the nads. I know it. And instead of a moment where you just have a conversation with somebody, they've built it up in their head to where they're leaving and calling 911 as fast as they can to try to get the ambulance out there. I mean, or 119 or whatever it is in your country. 3D energies, but they're not sure what to do. This is all confusion. It's all but the energy here. I don't know if it's the energy doing it or if they're doing it to themselves. We'll find out more when we clarify, but this is very important to get clear. Take it as it resonates, right? If you're picking up, this might be near future influence for you, but there's a reason I'm fucking here. I mean, seriously, I'm wearing the wrong sweatshirt. All right, here we go. 6 of Swords, 3D energy, 6 of Swords. What else? and the Magician. Oh. Somebody's own. Roles can be reversed. I don't know if this is you or them, but there's a lot of karma here. There's a lot of karmic debt here. Somebody's own shit is getting in their way. Somebody's old fears are coming back. All kinds of things. Things that somebody thought that they've already dealt with are coming back. Old paranoias, old whatever. Somebody's not sure. They're taking the slow road because they're not sure if they have all the tools they need to do this, if they're ready for this. This is part of the reason where the nervousness comes in. I think what happens is, I think they're nervous, and I think you pick up on it. We've got an Emperor and an Empress connection here, so you're definitely connected. And I think they're nervous and not sure what to do. You pick up on it, but you don't know how to read it. It's just this, why am I nervous today? Why am I weird? Why do I feel creeped out? Why do I keep looking over my shoulder? That kind of a thing. That's what you're asking yourself, right? You're not sure. I'm telling you why, if that happens. You'll know when this energy is close, because you will. You'll have a paranoid day. That's the word I was looking for. There's like a paranoia here. It's somebody's old shit coming back on them, stuff that they didn't deal with, that now is up for review. We got divine timing right here in the center. We always have free will to deal with shit. Now, most people don't. Most people are procrastinators. They'll just put things off, even if it's stuff that they really should be, dealing with emotionally. This person's got a lot of baggage. I'm going to tell you, whoever this is, you got a very strong connection with them, but I'm going to tell you, roles can be reversed. You both may have a lot of baggage, but I think they out-baggage you. Okay? All right. I'm just saying. What's the potential final outcome for you? Now, this one, definitely you. It is red with the 7 of Pentacles. I can't even fucking believe it. 4 of Wands, unreal. I can pull up to 3 here, and I'm going to. And I'm going to do it the way I might do it. Usually what I'll do is I'll slide this over and I'll pull the other 2, but I'll read it like this was the center card. I'm going to take it. I'm going to do it a little differently here. Okay, this time I'm going to surround this card with the other 2. All right. The High Priestess, more hidden energy. It's terrific. And what else? And the Love Geese. Look at this. Look at this shit on top of the 4 of Wands. This is your final outcome. I don't think you see this coming, and I think you find yourself. This is one of those things where you're about to wake up one morning and go, "How the hell did I get here? I can't even believe what's just happened." Right? This is like one of those people, don't take me literally, just catch my drift, who gets married in Vegas on a whim, and they wake up the next morning and go, "What the hell's going on? My whole life has changed now." That kind of a thing. This is life-changing shit. This is a big deal. Somebody coming out of the shadows in a big way here, and it's a very powerful soulmate. We need to clarify. We got an Emperor and an Empress situation. Somebody coming out of the shadows big time. This is a big, big fucking deal. In fact, it's so big a deal, I'm going to put that right there. I need that energy. I need that Empress energy there. Let's clarify with the Witches. Randomly at the bottom is the 6 of Wands. That's a big deal. Let's talk about divine time. Why now? Because divine timing, let's forget I pulled these just for a moment. Divine timing is read with the 4 of Wands. And I'm drawn to the conversation here in the middle, the blue, the throat chakra. Okay? You're going to go deeper with this person than you've gone before. I'm not sure. I get the nervousness. I get the paranoia. You may pick this up as paranoia. Somebody's very, very anxious here about you. I don't know. Let's talk about, do we need that? Yeah, okay. I'll do it anyway. I'm not in any hurry. I don't have anywhere to be. So. All right. 7 of Pentacles. Why is it here? Why is the 7 of Pentacles here? Let's talk about it. Why now? Why is this? Because the moon, the way the moon read, the way the moon read in the beginning, they're coming out of the shadows, and this backs it up. The Love Geese are, the Love Geese are coming. They're in the air. Somebody here has decided. Somebody's decided to come out of the shadows. I believe it was decided for them. They think it was their decision, but it wasn't. But they're doing it. All right. Now, this can be a soulmate you don't know about. So don't prejudge. This can be a soulmate you don't know about. You haven't had a soul recognition yet. That just as soon as you come in contact with this person, or they ask you out, or you have a first date with them that you reluctantly agree to because they feel a little weird to you, right? That paranoia will be there. You know, this person makes you feel weird. All right? For some of you, dare I say, might even creep you out a little bit. It's creepy. I talked about camping in Vermont. It was creepy. I mean, if you're at all, you would not have liked camping with my dad if you're a campground person, right? But they got a lot of lights. They got showers. They got all kinds of stuff. None of that. None of that. Dark. I never could figure out the weird people that would come out of nowhere. I mean, where the fuck did you people come from? I would think there was these weird, strange people, and they lived in a cabin supposedly 10 miles up the road. I mean, camping with my dad was a horror movie. Well, I mean, it really was. It made Blair Witch Project seem like a Disney rated G film. You know, I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying, don't discount this, because I wasn't supposed to be here today. Seven of Pentacles happens sometimes, you know. Hey, I'll pull a quick reading. This ain't gonna be a quick reading. It's crossed by the Queen of Wands. It's Fakey McFakerman energy. Hold on a second. Yeah, the Five of Wands. Somebody wants to. The energy is making somebody want to straighten something out. It's causing a discomfort in this person, okay? Something's not sitting right with them. That could be part of what you're picking up on. What's on top? The Six of Cups. Yeah, they're coming out of the woodwork. It's just the energy. It's just something in the air, right? Something's causing them to come forward. Why is the Six of Cups here? The Ten of Cups. For some of you, somebody wants to see if you're for real. I mean, I don't know. But it feels aggressive to me. I know it doesn't look it. What's the bridging energy? Yeah, see? The Five of Swords. I'm making this shit up. It feels aggressive to me. What do I mean by that? Somebody wants to see if you're for real. I once met a local hero where I grew up. He was the boxing champion in my area. Right, he's like he was good. You know, he never really got like he wasn't like a Mike Tyson or something like that. But he was the boxing champion in my era, and I remember him saying once, it's kind of a pain in the ass because anytime I go to a bar or something like that, somebody wants to pick a fight with me. They want to see if they can take down the champion or something like that. So he says I end up having to just leave because I don't want to, I don't want to get into a bunch of fist fights at every bar I go to, right? It's a bit of that. Somebody feels like they want to see if you're for real, but it feels a bit like what I just said about that local hero boxer guy, right? It's self-defeating here. They're defeating a purpose. This is a beautiful connection, and somebody might ruin it by being skeptical or being paranoid. There's just this paranoia running through this. I don't know. I like it. Or this person makes you feel paranoid and you're the one who might ruin it, in which case back off a little bit. Everything. This is a type of person I suspect where either everybody wants to challenge them or everything to them is a challenge to their ego. Okay? You have to be careful of people like that, where every little thing is a challenge to their ego. They might come back with, well, what do you mean by that? Right? They always got to know what somebody means by that. Or they accuse people of things all the time, I don't know. They overreact. It's an overreactor. So you may pick up on that energy. It may cause you to feel some paranoia towards this connection. Either way, this is an Emperor and Empress connection. They are tough. The most powerful connections are the toughest ones to have relationships with. There's a lot of energy. It's volatile. You got to keep it in check, right? I'm just saying. You look at something like our sun. I don't mean the kid we have together. I mean our star, right? The big yellow thing up in the sky. It's basically a controlled explosion held together by gravity. It's a big, giant mass of energy. Occasionally, some of it escapes. That would be an argument. A connection like this is like a star. It's a controlled explosion that's held together with gravitational pull. It is that kind of a thing. And that's why sometimes relationships with lower level soul connections are much easier. Much easier. All right, let's see where we go here. Come on. Seven of Cups. So they're confused. Okay. All right. Here we go. So they're confused. What do we get here? It's crossed by the Hermit. It's what I just got done saying. You usually, I read the energy first, then I throw the cards. You know, the cards are just there for you. I already said this is a powerful connection. Somebody's confused by it. They can be tough to understand, tough to deal with. They can cause you to be paranoid. They can cause you to overreact. They can cause you to flare out. They can cause big fights, big blowouts. The more powerful the connection, the more likely you are to run down the street in your underpants chasing somebody with a fucking frying pan. I'm gonna get you, motherfucker! Right? It can get that crazy. All right, let's go. What's on top? 10 swords. Why is that? Now, 10's at the end, dead end, that lead to a new beginning. Well, we were talking about owls. I was talking to, see that little screech owl right there? We were talking about them earlier. Why is that here? Everything matters. Every little thing matters. You fancy yourself an intuitive card reader? I got a lot of people that watch me. Every little thing matters. Any little thing that goes through your head matters, that you feel around the energy matters. You don't have to share all of it if you got viewers and stuff, but it is important to understand that I'm drawn to the owl, just so you know. I'm not drawn to the 10 swords of the dead guy, I'm drawn to the owl. Why? Well, I get the 3 of Pentacles. I'm going to pull a bridging energy here. I did here, so I might as well. 8 Pentacles. Somebody's confused. Well, again, somebody's confused by the power of the connection. I'll simplify it and say they're confused why they can't get rid of you. Why you won't go away. Why every time they think about you, they feel happy. And for some reason, they see that as a challenge. The net result here is a paranoid energy. So that leaves their feelings at a bit of a crossroads. They love you, but they can't figure out why to get rid of you. Then they can't figure out why they want to get rid of you. But then they feel the love. But then they want to get rid of it. But then they can't figure out why they want to get rid of it. Whatever it is. And this can apply if it's a new soulmate that you haven't had a soul recognition with. A lot of times, these big connections, Emperor and Empress, it's for a lot of you, this is a runner or somebody you know or an ex. But if it is somebody new, if you're like racking your brain listening to this, well, I wonder who this is. I wonder who it is. A lot of times with these Emperor and Empress level connections, they occur long before the two people ever cross paths or directly have interaction. This could be somebody at your office, for example. It's the copy boy. Comes up. It's probably not, but just catch my drift. It's not somebody you have meetings with on a daily basis. It's somebody you barely interact with, and somebody it starts as a crush. And then if it's a powerful enough connection and it hasn't had a recognition yet, it snowballs. By the time it gets to a point where you guys, where it gets to this point, that little snowball that started has become the size of a mountain. Okay? It really has. All right. Well, then they're at a bit of a crossroads here. So again, keep that in mind. It can help you spot which connections are the big ones and which aren't. And if you can spot that, you'll know which one you'll have easier relationships with. A lot of times, Emperor and Empress connections are better off just as friends or the acknowledgement of each side that it's a special connection, at the very least. When you try to get too involved, sometimes it can be that's a lot of energy to contain. You got to be a too high vibrational people to be able to do it, right? Remember, I described it as being like a star, which is basically a controlled nuclear explosion. Just held into a ball. But if we were to let that go, we'd be in some big trouble, let me tell you. All right. You wouldn't want to be outside that day. I'll tell you what. All right, the 2 of Swords. Why is it here? Let's go. All right. The Hierophant. Again, I get it. These two are read together. And this was the Hermit crossing. Again, I get a big, this is a big connection. I don't want to say it's spiritual, but it is. It's spiritual. It's deep. It's too deep for this person. I want to say roles could be reversed. It might be too deep for you. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think it's too deep for you. You're the overall energy here. Somebody coming toward you. I got 2 soulmates. I think you handle it fine. I think this person's having a fucking mental breakdown because it's powerful. It's changing them on some level, whether you've had interaction with this person yet or not. They're going through the change. By the time they show up, though, in connections like that, that snowball at a distance, by the time you interact, it can be a volatile interaction. It can be. But usually it'll be preceded by you feeling whatever this is. And trust me, you'll know. You'll be like walking down the street looking over your shoulder and stuff like that. It's, you know, this person's very uneasy. You can smooth it out. Your empathy smooths it out. So you have the power to fix this and smooth things out, let them know, hey, everything's going to be all right. You know, I don't bite. You know, that's a fun line to use. I don't bite. You can come a little closer. You know, unless you request it, then I bite. You know. What's on top? Queen of Pentacles. Yeah. Why is that here? That's you. Knight of Swords. Yeah. Somebody figures somebody's coming very quickly. They're at a crossroads. It's big for them, but spiritually, it's changing them. Inside, it's changing. It's changing their whole belief about the world and love and why. And you know, this is one of those things where I remember saying to somebody once, and I've told you this before, you may have said it to somebody, you say, you know, in 10 years' time, you're going to still remember who I am. I said that to a soul connection I had once. She's like, yeah. Oh, sure. Yeah. It's been 20 years now. She still knows who I am. Still lurking around, right? Still shows up every once in a while. Yeah. It's that kind of thing. It is. It's. I find it humorous, you know, but at the end of the day, some people just will, none so blind as those who will not see. It takes them a long time. Sometimes they don't even get it in this lifetime. You know, it is what it is. This person's going to come rolling in. They figure it's the only thing to do. But I think that they think, or the way they feel, I won't even say think, I think they feel that you're in the same energy and you're not. They're all frantic and shit, right? And you're just sitting in the woods. Right, on a Thursday with sticks in your hair. Right? See, I said Thursday this time. All right, here we go. Let's pull on the karma here. Let me move these down just for a minute. Let's pull on the karma here on the magician. So this is actually in the 3D. This is playing out. Somebody's insecure. One of you is insecure. Is it you? I mean, I feel like we got an "is this you" reading in the middle of this fucking thing. One of you is insecure. I don't think it's both of you. One of you is cool, and one of you is a little, I'm not sure. Okay. So I'm going to pull on the one where the karma's coming to bite them. I'm drawn to the little black hole here. Let's see where we go. These big cats are real pretty. You know, leopards, all that kind of stuff, cheetahs, whatever. They're all real pretty. Sometimes you think they're tame. You can go up and just pet them. You know, that's why you got to watch your kid at the zoo. You know, I mean, you know, this fucker bites. Whatever this is, he bites. I'll tell you. But he looked real pretty from a distance. What do we got here? Tell me about the magician. Again, if it's them who's insecure, it's their problem, not yours. It's part of their journey in the soulmate cycle. Here's the card that represents the soulmate cycle for me in the environmental energy. It's the Chariot. It's Cancerian energy. It's a Cancerian theme cycle. For me, in my reading, and I'm me, and this is my reading, this represents sometimes the soulmate cycle. And that's what it's doing here in the context of this. This is part of their journey. This is, I don't necessarily know that it's part of yours, per se. I think it becomes part of yours. In other words, I describe the soulmate cycle sometimes as a bus route. You're riding the bus, right? Here you are on the bus. You can get off the bus anytime you want, just like a regular bus. You get off and other people get on, right? But you're just riding the bus. You're just sitting here. This is somebody, the bus stops. It's not your stop. Somebody gets on. This person just gets on the bus. You don't really control it. It happens to you, okay? That's why I always suggest, and the universe does too, it did in a reading about you guys at some point, I always suggest staying on the bus. You can get off anytime you want, but why miss the adventure? There's a lot of adventures on the bus route of a soulmate cycle. If you're lucky enough to be part of a soulmate, yeah, you'll go through some shit, you'll go through some dark nights of the soul and inner work, but you'll come out a bigger, better person, and you'll have some experiences to talk about later in life and to take with you. You know, into the next life, a lot of wisdom. If you learn from it, of course, some people just ignore it. But generally, high vibrational people are part of soulmate cycles, so they're good at picking up wisdom, right, along the way. As long as they stay fluid, as long as you don't become rigid in your beliefs or whatever. Once you do, you stop learning, right? That's why I always talk about people who think they're smart. Right there, they prove they're not smart. The moment you think you're smart, you stop learning. You start thinking you're always right. Well, I already know. So you stop learning as much as you would if you allow for the fact that you don't know shit and then just proceed through life. Right? Very important to understand that concept because you'll get the most out of the soulmate cycle if you realize you don't know anything. What's on top? I don't know anything. I don't know. I'm just a talking hand on a fucking video. All right, here we go. What's on top? 10 wands. Yeah, this is. Why is that here? 3 of swords. Yeah, somebody's afraid. Somebody's some kind of past hurts coming back on this person, or you. Again, roles can be reversed. Some kind of very, very painful. Oh yeah, hard truths. King of swords. Somebody feels forced to act on this. Somebody feels forced to come in. This king orders this knight, so this is probably about them. Okay, this king orders this knight. This ties together. I have a tie-in, right? It's like if you're playing cards, we have a suit match, right? Something like that. All right? We do. We have an energy match here for sure. There's some sort of past pain that's riding on this person. Either pain, if this is somebody you already know, it's pain that they caused you or your relationship created that is coming back on them. They want to smooth it out. Or they see that pain in you and they feel like they want to help you. A lot of times in an Emperor and Empress connection, the Emperor gets these delusions, and they really are a little bit with the 10 of Cups and the self-defeating 5 of Swords, that they're some sort of hero. They always need to be the hero who comes riding in and saves the day. My King of Heroes sends my Knight of Heroes to get the Empress, or the Queen of Pentacles in this case, in peril. Does she look in peril to you? Does she look like she needs help? No, and that's the thing. He or she. They come riding in as the hero, dun, 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 and everything's fine. It's no big deal. It's like an overreaction here. You know, it's a bit of that. It's a bit of that. All right. End of the day. Okay, here we go. Final outcome. 4 of Wands. Well, you're learning a lot about high-level connections today. You got one. Most of you do. Most of you absolutely do. My channel wouldn't attract you if you didn't. I don't do any advertising. Hell, I don't even think I have any keywords on this fucker. Used to. Anyway, I don't know. But it doesn't matter. One way or another. I don't know what my nephew's doing these days. But I put the channel in the hands of them. Here we go, the 4 of Wands. I said, I just want to pull readings. You can tinker if you want to, knock yourself out. All right. Let's see where we go. I saw it. I saw it. You can't hide it from me. I want you to look at before. I'll show you what I saw in a moment. Because you heard it flip out, right? You heard that click, right? Of the cards. This is, I want you to look at the colors on this. Okay, just take a look. Kind of, you see the purples and all that kind of stuff? Okay, remember that, because these are red together. All right, I'm pulling on this. These are coming along for the ride. I'm clarifying the 4 of Wands. This is crossed by the Ace of Swords. It's a reconciliation. Okay, straight up. It's a reconciliation energy. And I believe that. I've got a Knight of Cups coming in. An offer of love for the Empress. Or I should say this reads like a soul recognition because of the 2 of Cups. I got 2 soulmates coming together. We got a soul recognition. If it's somebody you already know, it's a reignition. But why is it happening? Why now are we getting a chance to go down these 4 wands? Well, on top here is the star. And I said, I want you to look. All right? Whenever I see these two, when these 2 energies come together, right? It's like the 5 lions that form Voltron, right? When these 2 come together, when I ask the question, why is this happening? Somebody needs to learn a lesson. I don't think it's you. I think it's whoever this incoming energy is. Again, roles can be reversed. If it is you, well, It's lesson time. It's time to see what happens when you make mountains out of molehills, right? I don't know. I mean, it's not a Sasquatch in the bushes. It's a porcupine. Somebody needs to learn that. You know, I mean, why it's divine timing on crack, and this card sits on top of divine timing in the minor arcana. I think their free will decision to come towards you has been taken away. I think there's an undying urge here with the Magician, which is a major arcana card. This is a major arcana card. Hell, the Love Geese and the High Priestess surrounding this Four of Wands are major arcana. You know, we got a powerful connection here. Why is that here? Look at that. I didn't know it was there. I only saw the star. I didn't know. Look at that. Look at that shit. Two cups. 2 cups. Right there. It's a very symmetrical reading. Look, if I'm doing a reading and it's unplanned and I'm not supposed to, that's a big fucking deal. All right? In other words, it's you're watching the universe correct something. Right? I talk about energy corrections. I use the analogy of Back to the Future all the time. In our universe, Michael J. Fox plays Marty McFly, not Eric Stoltz. The universe corrected to make that happen. A mistake happened, and we were close enough to the frequency of the other universe where Eric Stoltz plays him that he got cast in our universe. The frequencies were close. We were very, very close. But that's not part of the package here. So the universe did a correction. I was supposed to do this reading, is what I'm trying to say. I came very close to not doing it. I put my guitar playing sweatshirt on. I was going to play. I got a little tune in my head today. Well, here we go. Correction. Right. And this is why when I see this kind of symmetry, what's the bridge? Wow. There's a lot of pent-up energy here. 2 of Pentacles. There's a lot of pent-up energy here. All right. It's less about somebody's free will. I talked about, this is frustration. It's a heat buildup. I like that it's this deck because you can see it, right? You can see the heat build. You could probably feel the heat, right? I talked about a star earlier and an Emperor and Empress connection being like a star, which is a controlled explosion, right? It's controlled. It's there. It's a nuclear explosion happening in real time. It's actually slowed. Well, anyway, I'm not going to get into the science of it's actually slowed down. Actually, it's moving much faster than what it is, but because we're small. And anyway, it's a long story. Anyway, my point is, it's a lot of heat. It's a lot of energy compressed in one little area, and that's what your connection is. It's a lot. There's a lot. So it's probably going to come together with a bang, with a boom, with a powerful meeting of some kind. It might come together with an argument. Just to give you an example. Again, you don't just catch my drift. However it comes together, it's a very powerful connection where 2 people could live a long life together if they settle the fuck down and stop making crazy Sasquatches in the bushes in a moonlit night kind of a thing when it's just a little critter, you know. It could. But it'll probably come together in more of a self-defeating sort of way because somebody needs to learn a lesson. And this much energy exploding all at once can be a little tricky. So it might happen in an argument. It might happen in a car accident. You might crash into one another. Hopefully you're both okay. It might happen when you least expect it. You're on vacation. You're staying at a little motel on the roadside and you head out to the ice machine and they happen to head out there at the same time. You get in a fight over the ice. You know, then you start chucking ice cubes at each other and crazy. I mean, it's just it can happen in crazy ways. But whatever it is, it'll be a little bit self-defeating on one side. You just keep sitting there. Okay, you're fine. Here they come rushing in to save you. Fine, everything's fine. What the hell are you doing? Chill out. You didn't need to send this. All right, take it easy. Again. Soulmate cycle is a direct reflection of societal energies. You got a lot of that going on. I mean, you really do. I mean, it's plain and simple. But it's easy to describe here. You know, we got somebody coming in. A lot of times they like to be the hero in this kind of thing, and it's all imagined. Their imagination is running wild, and it's getting in the way. And there's a lesson that needs to be learned here. Let's see what else the universe wants to tell you. All right. The Emperor and the Empress. I love it. Let's go. Let me fix my mic here. Hold on a second. Not my friend Mike. I mean my microphone. My friend Mike needs some fixing, but right now it's just my microphone. All right, 3 cards from the bottom and a crossing card. I'm going to pull some wicked voodoo on this. Of course I am. This is crazy. I'm going to find out more about this Emperor and Empress connection. I'm just going to pull some side reads on it. We'll have some fun. 40 minutes worth of fucking side reads or some shit. I don't know. We'll have some fun with it. Pull on this King of Swords, this Knight, this Karma, this connection. The 10 of Swords, which is fascinating to me. The little owl guy. How it might come together. I don't know. Whatever comes to mind. All right. But first, not everybody goes to the extended, so I've got to pull a little final message for you from the universe. Good Lord. I'm shuffling like a crazy person today. The Fool, 3 Swords. Final message to you. The Fool, 3 Swords, 7 Swords, and the 3 Swords is crossed by the Emperor, come back again. When I picked up this deck to shuffle, of course the Empress was at the bottom. It keeps coming up. Emperor, Empress, Emperor, Empress. I mean, we're going to have to make a song out of it. We might as well. I'm wearing my gray sweatshirt. All right. Can I paraphrase this for you? Somebody's got you all wrong. This Emperor, I want you to, look. I know, I get it. Here they come, right? Here you are. I said, just stay seated. Don't even get up for this one, okay? You could do the whole thing seated. You don't even have to get up. You don't have to shake anybody's hands. You don't have to bow. You got nothing to do here. You're just like, hi. You know, this just comes rushing in, pile of dust in front of him, and you're just like, hi. Okay, right, like that. Everything's fine. This person's got you all wrong. It's not that they think you're in peril. I mean, that's just a humorous way to put it. It's more a case of they're mistaken about what the pain is. If this is a connection you already have, and this is somebody who ran from you, like an ex or a runner in general in the soulmate cycle, they're mistaken about what the pain is. So by being calm, you kind of alleviate that. You kind of show them, hey, you know, here's what's really going on. It's up to you to set them straight, in other words. If this is somebody new, this is somebody who might, this is that 5 of Swords thing I'm talking about. They might take out the pain someone else caused them on you. That's when you need to say, that's not cool. All right? I know what you're doing here, and that's not cool. You just keep saying, I'm not that person. Right? You keep doing that. They might. And that might be the volatile way that this starts. I don't know. But somebody needs to learn a lesson. And it's not that you need to teach them or it needs to be your problem. I'd like you on some level with this, assuming this isn't you, right? Roles can be reversed, to see the humor in this a little bit. I have this kind of shit happen to me all the time with people and connections that I have. Nothing this high level, though. Emperor and Empress. But, you know, again, if you need to set the record straight in any way with somebody, it's good to not cut them off, to let them tell you exactly the way they see things so you get the whole picture. And then at the end, keep your response as short as possible. And just very short and concise. And you'll be fine, you know. Well, I'm not that person. You know, it seems to me you're taking out the 3 of Swords on me. I'm not that person. Somebody here is just like that. I don't know why. You may pick up on the paranoia, like I said. I don't know. It's very, very strange energy. Can I, just for fun, I'm going to clarify the 7 of Swords. Just for fun. I'm curious about something. This is probably for the majority of you, this one thing I'm doing here, okay? It's probably also, if it's not somebody new, if it's like an ex or a runner, all right? So, I'm just going to say that. Give me the 7 of Swords. Yeah. It's crossed by the Ace of Cups. There's the Hermit. I was crossing over here. Why is the Hermit here? The Queen of Cups, the most love I could pull from the deck. I was going to say it about this, but I thought I'd pull the other 2 cards. If this is I said for most of you, what I'm pulling right now on the 7 of Swords is for those of you where it's an ex or it's a runner or something like that. Okay? Don't let this person bullshit you. They're massively in love with you, or they've loved you the whole time. If it's a family member, it feels like in love. That's how much you matter to this person. If it's a friend, it feels like in love. That's how much you matter to this person. If it's a romantic situation, oh, they're massively in love. They're going to try and bullshit you about that. Don't let that happen. Do not. You can see the cards. They're right here. This ties to your soul connection. It's a big, big connection. Right? Sometimes the love is too much for one side. It might be. This person, it's time for this person to learn a lesson in what happens when we stab ourselves in the foot. There you go. Can't walk. That's what happens. All right. That's your reading. I hope it was helpful. If you want the extended, there's probably a couple of links at the top of the description. I'm just going to pull some side reads here. You got a very interesting connection. Definitely a lot of love. If this is somebody new, it's probably a lot of love potential here. So don't just blow it off, even though it might start in a rather hinky way, shall we say. Off-putting way, maybe. I don't know. That's your reading. I hope it was helpful. Good luck.